Sports Radio 95.7.
Top of the first inning, the A's facing C.J. Wilson, and he was locked in to start the ball game. He struck out Jemiah Weeks, David DeJesus, and got Coco Crisp on a line drive to center. And we went to the bottom of the first inning. Gio Gonzalez in his last 4 starts was 3-0 with a 1.29 ERA. He got Kinsler on a fly ball to right field. Then Andrews singled, and he was followed by Josh Hamilton's base hit. So runners aboard for Texas at first and second. And Adrian Beltre came up, and this had a chance to potentially end the inning for Gonzalez and the A's. Beltre has grounded into 10 double plays this year. And he swings and smokes it right to the shortstop under the glove on the backhand try by Rosales. Coming around third to score is Andrews, and Texas has a 1-0 lead. A chance to turn a double play and a sharply hit ground ball one step to the right of Adam Rosales. He has to go right under his glove. Hamilton moves to second base. Beltre is aboard with his 68th run batted in. Pitch was scalded. As it turns out, it's ruled an error, so no RBI for Beltre, and it is a 1-0 lead. Michael Young, then the next batter down in the count 1-2, had a swinging bunt that dribbled up the third baseline, stayed on the dirt, and actually hit off of the base to keep the inning alive. The bases were loaded. Nelson Cruz was then up. He struck out on a 3-2 fastball at 95 miles an hour. So Gio, despite all the troubles and the things happening behind him, had a chance to escape that inning with limited damage until Mike Napoli stepped in for Texas. No place to put him. Leans out over the plate from the right side. He swings and belts it a long way to left field. Mike Napoli has hit a grand slam. He turns around a 93-mile-an-hour fastball from Gio Gonzalez, and the Rangers are off and running. They lead it 5-0. Hamilton, Beltre, Young, and now Napoli cross the plate with his 12th home run of the year. Torrealba would walk following the grand slam, but then Gentry struck out. Gio faced all 9 hitters in the lineup tonight for Texas in the first inning, but the A's try to show some fight in the second. 1 out of the inning, and one guy that's been a great surprise for the A's stepped in. His name is Scott Sizemore. Constantly trying to search for answers. And when you've been more than doubled in the home run category by your opponent, you got to scratch and claw for every run. A swing and a fly ball to left. Sizemore makes a bid toward the out-of-town scoreboard and gone. Scott Sizemore begins the A's comeback with his 4th home run of the year. He connects against C.J. Wilson, and the A's now trail 5-1. That's why he's batting in the 5 spot. And for the Athletics, though, Jackson and Sweeney retired by Wilson. He maintained the 5-1 lead going to the bottom of the second. And again, back came the Rangers flexing their muscles, and it began with their leadoff man and a former 30-30 player in Ian Kinsler. The wind and the pitch. Fastball belted to left field. Ian Kinsler has launched one out. His 13th of the year. It is going to be bombs away tonight, it appears, at the ballpark in Arlington with these warm temperatures and heavy winds. It's 6-1 Texas. And then Andrews grounded out, so did Hamilton, and Adrian Beltre stepped in all night long. It seemed like the at-bats for Texas. They were very comfortable in the box. They were getting some huge swings, and Adrian Beltre probably gets the one guy that gets as big a swing as anybody in baseball. He swings and hits one high and deep to left. Adrian Beltre is watching this one carry into the seats. It's the 2nd home run of the inning, and the 3rd one allowed by Gio Gonzalez. It is all Texas tonight early. They lead at 7-1. For Beltre, his 17th home run of the year. I mean, they are just absolutely teeing off on Gio Gonzalez. He's leaving fastballs up and out over the plate, and they're just not missing him at all. 3rd inning, the A's didn't get much done against C.J. Wilson. Then finally, in the bottom of the 3rd, Gio was able to put a 0 on the board, and the A's had a chance to score again in the 4th inning. A leadoff walk to Coco Crisp, a single by Josh Hamilton, then a walk to Scott Sizemore. Bases loaded, and Connor Jackson up with a chance to maybe do some significant damage and really continue the comeback. He's pitched behind every hitter in this inning.
He is set, checks second twice, and throws. And the pitch is bounced to short, could be two. Flip to second one, return throw, double play. The run scores. The A's are now down 7-2, but there are two down. A runner at third and Ryan Sweeney coming up.
It was that kind of night for the Athletics, just not really having a chance to get that huge hit that they needed. And it continued throughout the course of the night. In the fifth inning, Texas added another run as Napoli scored on a base hit by Torrealba up the middle. Gio went 4, then Ziegler went 2, and he surrendered the run. The A's showed a chance to rally again in the sixth inning. A bunt single by DeJesus. Coco Crisp then had an infield hit at an RBI, brought DeJesus home, and the A's at that point were down by a count of 8-3. And then up to the plate came Josh Willingham. Look, they're not pretty offensively right now for the A's, but we are still seeing effort on the field. A swing and a rocket toward the left field corner. It is a fair ball. One hops the wall in left field. Coco's to third base. Gallego's going to wave him home. No throw by Andrews. Crisp scores all the way from first base. An RBI double for Josh Willingham. And the A's creep closer now. They trail 8-4. Willingham has gone 5 for 10 against Wilson, playing against them this year. Picks up his 12th double on his 43rd RBI. And then after that, nobody out. Willingham at second base, but Sizemore, Jackson, and Sweeney struck out. That's kind of the tenor of the way the game went. The A's did add a run in the ninth inning, 2-on, nobody out, but Suzuki bounced into a double play against a struggling Neftali Feliz. Rosales a ground ball to third, and the ball game was over. Texas wins it by the final of 8-5. Our last look at the scoreboard, American League and National League with Steve Bitker. That's next when we come back to the ballpark in Arlington after this.